Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending. My name is Perry. This is the third session of the Artistic Creator Academy, and this is going to be an informational session where I'm going to be telling you about myself, the company, and all the new services that I will be offering. So, hello, my name is Perry. I am the creator of BPerryFilms and the Artistic Creator Academy. This is the first identity blind company in the world where I am helping people, no matter what the sexual orientation is, their gender, their identity, or anything that makes them into a solid person. I'm more focused on developing new concepts, new ideas, and building strong bonds and relationships with all of you and helping you all grow from day one to wherever that it may lead. So I have educational experience. I have my associate's and bachelor's from Dean College. I was originally a dance major, switched to business because I felt like I already had all the expertise in dance and that I needed to further my hard skills and soft skills to be able to become a successful CEO, writer, presenter, and build a confidence that I need to have strong leadership. I went to Cambridge College to get my master's in business management as well, but with a concentration in organizational leadership. I believe that being able to have that brand voice and having that brand identity is really necessary in today's economy, and especially in today's market, because it allows you to tap into different spaces that you may not be able to in most places. I have experience being a choreographer. My whole life, I've been on stage. I started at age 3 in musical theater at a church called Elliott Church School. I was that shy kid that would always hide in the back, but my teacher said one day, "Come to the front. You're really good. Keep doing what you're doing and stuff." And eventually, I started taking dance classes, got into more theater opportunities, learned how to script write, and all those good things that would help me lead up to where I'm at right now. I'm a digital marketer where I work with companies to help them with their marketing strategies, whether it's copywriting, film design, creative writing. I think it's important to have a solid foundation of what makes a compelling story and being able to narrate your voice. I am a consultant and being able to work with companies from startup to even nine figures or even higher than that has been very rewarding because I can see how they started versus where they are right now and being able to learn from each conversation. Some things may be repetitive, but it lets me understand that these are key points that people really struggle with. I'm a filmmaker. I do all the advertising and film creation for B Perry Films and the Artist Creator Academy. And I worked for a cable station called Boston Neighborhood Network, where it's a great place for you to build your network and build your strong relationships and strong bonds with each other. I think it's essential for all of us to build those strong relationships with each other because video can tell a million words that a photo can't. And it helps us communicate a lot better, build that confidence that we always want. And that was what makes us into successful leaders. I have collaborated with brands such as QuickBooks. Many people know me for QuickBooks, especially on LinkedIn, because that's what I post about financial literacy, how to keep on track. And it was one of the first companies that I got to work with. And it was a full circle moment, especially when I first started. And I asked them, what are some of the main complaints that you have with people that start a business? They say that they buy real estate that they can't afford, they buy a car, they buy all these random things that they do not have access or resources to keep paying off those monthly payments. And with proper money management skills, it helps prevent you from running into those obstacles. I have worked with Thinkific. This is where I have my course platform on. Thinkific is a platform where you can build relationships, build bonds, and learn how to reach an audience while educating people on different skills that you have expertise in. I have worked with WeWork, and WeWork was a great resource during the pandemic, especially when I was working from home, dancing from home, um, everything from home. And I just needed a space to escape and network with different people and build strong bonds and relationships with others. TC Theater Company is a company that I got to work with over the last year, and I got to work on behind the scenes on their project, and I can't wait to see what they have to bring to the table. Many Chats is a great resource, especially if you're a service-based business, because many platforms like Instagram and TikTok, they don't have a space for people who have service-based businesses, and they're more focused on transactional sales, which are tangible product-based businesses. So it's a great resource to include automations into your workflow. Dean College, I graduated from there and I got to do a presentation on holistic lens, being able to have a brand voice, have a brand identity. I think that was more easier to talk about than just the Black experience because it's so subjective. But it was a great opportunity where I got to talk in front of 300 people, and who would have thought I would have had an opportunity like that? So I'll break down the two different companies. The BPerryFilms, the objective of this company is to have a variety of services to establish businesses through an arts and media marketing company. Every company is vetted and has tailored their audience through various mediums. So I have web series, which it all first started as, and it's my opportunity to interview different people, show my behind the scenes, show my moments of highs and lows, and be more relatable in my sense of relatable. And then since that went well, I introduced coaching and consulting. Those two services are very helpful for the people that come in contact with me because I'm able to host webinar presentations and one-on-one chats and helping them out in different areas that they need help in. Because sometimes people ask the same questions, and sometimes I'm just like, let me just create a course where I can go further in detail, answer the common concerns, myths, expectations, and all those different things so they can have a stream roadmap to get their success. Um, Speaking engagements are a must because I think it's important for me to streamline and get my reach out there so brands can reach out to me. And I do small presentations virtually, big ones in person in the Boston area, so people can book me and ask me to do a presentation on filmmaking, business management, marketing, copywriting, all those good things. And there's a form that people can fill out. Next, we have social impact, where I'm more focused on the intensity and the overall well-being of what makes a successful business owner, writer, creator, filmmaker, all these different industries, finance guru. You come in with these different highlights of what your expertise is, and there's certain highlights of where you struggle with, and I'm here to help. So now I'm gonna talk about my web series that I have available. So like I said, I started with B Perry Films podcast. I thought what was a better way to introduce myself than starting with a podcast. And before it was very new to people. It wasn't new, but it wasn't like very mainstream as it is now, especially the video version of it. But B Perry Films podcast has opened the door for me to work with brands such as Grammarly, Metricool, QuickBooks, the American Diabetes Associations, some film producers, recording artists, um, finance experts, just so many different entities. And it's so rewarding. Then I introduce Grow SMMA, which is short for Social Media Marketing Agency, where I talk about everything digital marketing, growing your brand, getting exposure, figuring out what's trending in each platform and all those good things. Then I have Two Perspectives podcasts where I have a co-host and we are from two different parts of the world and we just share our experiences and build connections and build those healthy relationships that are necessary to be successful. Then we have social impact. Social impact is about talking about controversial topics that get people alert and aroused in a certain way where it's eye-opening and people are questioning each other, people are open and receptive to each other's feedback so we can enhance our education on other sectors that we may not be educated on before. And then understanding healthy hair, I'll be interviewing cosmetologists, trichologists, dermatologists, and more. And that series will be starting sometime next year, and I'll be releasing hopefully 2 seasons. So I'm excited for that. Now we have the Artistic Creator Academy, which is the homage to me and my legacy of performing arts. It's more focused on people who are in the beginning stage to people that are learning to scale their business. So it doesn't matter what level that you are in your business, there's a resource for you. So first, we start with the business mindset. Um, BPerryFilms. I mean, the Artistic Creator Academy opens doors and opportunities for many of you who struggle and want to build relationships with each other. And I believe that important part of being an entrepreneur or any type of business owner in any field is to have that mindset of this is going to be hard, this is going to be difficult, but I'm gonna pull through. No matter what you do, you do not give up. No matter how far you have to reach and struggle, there's always going to be a clear path for you to find as long as you do your research. Then we have financial literacy, being able to understand how to budget and being able to maneuver money, how to hire, how to fire, and all those good things. Well, not firing people is not a good thing, but being able to move on people, transition them out, and making sure that you have resources to help you sustain your company, whether it's $600 a month, $1,000 a month, $500 a month, $10,000 a month, wherever that you are in your stage, you need to make sure that you have enough profits to make sure that you pay your living, pay your salary, pay your staff, and then have profits and move on with other things that you want to do. Because you never know when you might have a rainy day where you lose an audience because of pandemic or something ever happens. Then we have digital marketing, where it's focused on copywriting, filmmaking, developing, brainstorming, and all those things that make you into a great creator because they want to know your personal story. They want to see your trials and tribulations and see that you're normal just like us. And, you know, it's part of the process. You want to have tactical skills because you want to be able to build that brand voice, being able to discover and build those strong bonds with each other. Because I think if you do not have strong strategy, you will not last long or sustain in your company or your business. So be alert and be present in the moment. Okay. So I'm going to go into the 3 courses that I have worked very hard on. And I'll break it down and make it seamless for you, and then we'll go into open discussion and Q&A, and we'll take it from there. So the first one up is Vloggers Create, Defining CEO and Creating an Effective Business Plan version 1. So Vloggers Create. This is an intermediate course. This talks about the business side of being a filmmaker. This is a 90-minute course, and this is more geared towards people who are podcasters, digital marketers, filmmakers, or people who have businesses and want to learn how to run ads, whether it's paid or without monetary value. And I think it's a great course because it provides different resources, such as educating you on the evolution of filmmaking and why it's important, how to delegate and build various skills and opportunities for yourselves, because I think it's essential for all of us to build strong and healthy bonds with each other as we navigate. Because the people that you first start out with, you want to keep them for the long run because they're going to be the ones that are referring you on and offline. I want to break down the different careers in filmmaking. So you could be a vlogger, you could be a TikToker, you could be in influencer marketing, you could be in ad marketing, you could be in all these different things. You can run music videos, you can become a producer, you can become a writer. So many different avenues that you can be successful in as long as you work hard and be consistent. You want to learn how to protect your assets because you want to have ownership of everything, whether it's a trademark, patent, or copyright. Because if someone takes your work, you want to make sure that you get paid for it, and you want to make sure that no one has permission to take your work. Make sure that you have that contract. Being able to handle onboard and offboard transactions when you're recruiting people to transition them out because you don't want to keep people too long where you feel burnt out or you feel like you're stringing people on just taking up all their money. But you want to make sure that you get a decent amount of clientele. You don't need so much of so many people, but quality of work that proves that you have worked with so many various peoples on different things. So you will learn about filmmaking techniques that I have learned and implemented, and I think it will take you on a long journey. Create an effective business plan. Create an effective business plan is a beginner to advanced course. The information is advanced, but it's taught to you on a basic level. It's about 20 hours in length plus. And it's for startups and people that are looking to expand their business or even pivot in their career, whether that they're um, service-based business and learning, wanting to transition to getting products into their streamline, or product-based businesses trying to streamline into services, and being able to build a wider range of audience and services that can reach out to a different crowd. In this course, you'll be learning strong communication skills, both written, verbal, and video. And I think it's important for us to have that brand identity, being able to communicate clearly and efficiently, because without that, you're not going to navigate through, you're not going to be successful, and you're not going to have all the things that you need to become successful. So build those strong bonds, build those strong relationships with each other. Because I think when we start building those bonds with our clients, our potential clients initially, right before we even start, and saying, hey, how you doing? What do you struggle with? Okay, I'm opening up a shop over here. Why don't you come? I'm running a promotion. Tell a friend. Tell that friend. And then the word of mouth keeps happening. You're going to transform from the inside out, going from being that imposter to that implementer. Because I think it's important for us to get outside of our head and just write things down into paper. I used to say on my podcast, the first goal to having a successful business is to have pen and paper to achieve that goal. It's that haptical feedback and having a roadmap to your success journey, because you have to be able to visualize and actually implement. Because if you're not implementing any change and saying, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, time is going to go by and you're going to lose a lot of opportunity. In this course, you're going to have a clear structure on building a successful business plan from scratch. Most business plans range between 40 to 70 pages. It depends on what entity and also what business structure that you have will fluctuate in the amount of pages, but I'll be walking you through. There are some vetted guest speakers throughout the course that you can get help and assistance with, and I think they're great resources. And I got to work with a company called Citizens Bank. If you're not familiar with them, they're a financial institution or bank, a national bank based in the United States. And they were willing to give me some information to put some slides together. And that part of the module, you're gonna feel like, wow, okay, everything makes sense. but I need that business plan to get there first. And like I said, there is a workbook that you can go through that walks you through the baby steps to making your business plan more efficient. And I'll be giving you tips throughout the experience. Defining CEO, this is a passion project. It took me roughly 3 months altogether, 2 months of filming, and roughly a couple weeks of editing and uploading online. And this course is so meaty, and this is for the people who have graduated from creating an effective business plan and are looking to maneuver in their business more clearly and streamline and figuring out what's next. What do I do now that I have a business plan and now that I've started? Okay, now that I have this business and I have built my clientele, what do I do next? How do I keep moving? How do I keep increasing revenue? How do I keep growing? How do I create a franchise? All those great things will be included in this course. And then there's going to be the people who want to take this because it's cheaper than creating an effective business plan. And they're going to be lost because a lot of the material is for people that are already established. But it might give you an introduction as to how complex being an entrepreneur is. So, key highlights about this course is that it gives you a deep understanding on copywriting. It's very hard in writing because writing is the most essential thing that you have to do as a CEO, as a business owner, and being able to address issues, both technical and um, open-minded, because we have to be able to have that brand voice, have that brand identity. Because if we're not talking, if we're not speaking in a clear manner, people will not understand. It's like speaking a different language, but people understand impact. Being able to address some of the myths and expectations and overall lifestyle of being a CEO is very essential because when people said, I want to be an entrepreneur and get into entrepreneurship, people used to laugh and not take it seriously and think, oh, you can't make any money off of that. You'll never be successful. Oh, you must have money. You must have some type of privilege. It's all always on the spectrum on they either like it or they don't. But during the pandemic, it had changed everyone's perspective because everyone was losing jobs and people needed money to pay their bills because stimulus wasn't paying enough. You're going to learn how to create compelling videos through video creation into your lifestyle. So, shooting behind the scenes, showing those moments, those raw, authentic moments, marketing your products, marketing your services, marketing yourself, because I think having that strong bond and relationship with yourself is essential for you to build that clientele and build that confidence that you need to strive. Then you'll have access to software to run tools to help your business become more successful. I'm going to be recommending some tools that I use, and I'll be navigating through how to use the software, what are some of the key features that you may need when you first start. And then there will be a grant opportunity that is available for some of you who take this course. So that is our presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. And here is my links to help you become successful in your career path. Like I said, there's 3 courses to choose from. Vloggers create an effective business plan, and defining CEO. So it just depends on where you want to navigate in your career and your lifestyle and build those strong bonds that you can with amongst each other that are attending this webinar. I appreciate all of you for coming. And it's truly a blessing to be here and being able to help all of you the best way that I can. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I want you to strongly encourage yourselves to be more efficient at the things that you do and where you want to be in life because we're here to help. So I'll open up the floor for some questions. Okay. I'll be reading from the chat. What course do you recommend? It depends on how much money you have and also the level of intensity that you want to endure. I think if you're looking for something more affordable and something that is for everyone, no matter if you're trying to just get into content creation, I recommend Vloggers Create. It's an intermediate course. It t teaches you about the careers in filmmaking. Like I said, this is for people that are asking me all these questions about vlogging, how to edit videos, how to record videos, how to delegate, how to write contracts, and all those things that are necessary to be successful at what you do. Like I always tell people, don't do anything without a contract because that runs into a lot of legal issues. It prevents you from moving forward and it takes away from all the work that you have done and allows people to do any random thing to steal from you with your permission. Defining CEO versus creating an effective business plan. I believe with these two courses, it depends on where you are in your stage. If you're looking for a course that is going to help you about the fundamentals of writing a core business plan, because I think a business plan is essential if you ever want to get registered, figuring out if you need to be an LLC, multi-member LLC, a S corp, a C corp, a partnership, a nonprofit, non-for-profit partnership. There's about 20 different entities. And I think this course helps you deliver as to what makes sense for you and also gives you a clear objective of where you want to be. There's 10 modules, and by module 4, you'll have a clear path as to where you want to be in your career. And it makes the other two courses seem so easy and streamlined, and everything becomes clear. I think Defining CEO is a great course if you already have a business because you understand the vocabulary, you understand the workload, you understand the intensity, but you may not understand how to write or can make compelling story or have a clear mission. I think it's essential for all of us to have that clear vision as to what we can do to become successful, build those healthy bonds, build those healthy relationships, because that is what's necessary to move us forward in our careers. But like I said, this is like the trifecta, but think of it as the artistic creator trifecta. How long does it take to complete each course? Roughly, I believe that someone can complete Vloggers Create within a couple of days. I believe that, well, in the course, there's a workbook, so it might take you roughly a week. But when you complete the course, there's a workbook for you to fill out. And it helps you think clearer, have a clear mission, clear objective, and helps you analyze in a clear lens of how to create a template for each video, each blog post, all those things to help you become a strong creator because you want to think like a blogger and think like a business owner. Defining CEO, I would say roughly a month because it's so meaty and it's a lot of implementation. So keep that in mind and create an effective business plan anywhere between 4 to 6 months. Roughly 6 months, but it depends on your workload and how willing that you are to commit to the process. But take your time. You have access to this course for a year and you have a private community that you can join. And create an effective business plan has one-on-one coaching available options as well. So what order would I take these courses? Either start with Walker's Create or create an effective business plan. I believe Defining CEO is like a secondary course. Um, it just depends on you. What made me want to start this business? I believe what made me start this business is because I had a background in film and my grandmother, she was a part of this moment with me when I was 16 years old, writing my first business plan. And I remember as she got older, I recorded a documentary on her, and it took roughly 3 years to film and about 80 hours to edit and roughly 2 weeks. And I did it all myself while going to school full time for my graduate program. So you can only imagine the workload and stress that I was under. And it came out very successful. She got to live to age 100, but sadly, she passed away 2 months before I launched my company. So she never got to see it fully run out, but she did get to see the film. And being able to see her vision come to life and seeing how much impact that she had with her life towards other people, raising 5 generations of family and implementing new change and new environments to communities. I just want to do the same, and I hope you all do that with your clients. So I hope you all enjoy all of these courses because I work very hard, very, very hard. So if we're out of questions, um, we'll close up here, and there will be a recording being sent to your email for anyone who has missed this presentation. And I hope you all enjoy. Thank you.